What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, in the back half of 2024 and in the wake of Deadpool and Wolverine, where we got a tease for Hulk to fight Wolverine, but they didn't actually give us the fight on screen, and during the film, we've heard from multiple sources that a Wolverine vs. Hulk movie is actually in development or being eyed by Marvel Studios for the future slate. Now, this has come from more than one industry insider, so it has been elevated from just rumor mill territory at this point, but I've maintained since the beginning that what this scoop is really saying is that we'll see Hulk fight Wolverine. I highly doubt they're going to make an entire Marvel movie 2 hours long simply based on the premise Hulk versus Wolverine. We haven't seen anything like that in the MCU so far, and so I've always maintained this must be part of a bigger story, like a World War HULKS film, which not only is a big enough story to make into a full film, but has had rumors surrounding this project since 2020, basically right after the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con slate announcement that they're still making good on now. And of course, with the introduction of Scar at the end of She-Hulk, it looks like a storyline they're headed into. We're going to break down exactly what this newest report says, where it came from, and how it ties directly into the next Marvel movie up in Captain America Brave New World, where we'll be reintroduced to a ton of elements from the original Hulk introduction in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, guys, we do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed already. If you've rocked with the channel for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd kindly invite you to do so. It's the number one thing you can do to support a content creator, and I of course would sincerely appreciate it. Plus, you gotta be subbed for the giveaways. We'll get into that stuff at the end of the video. Okay, so the latest breaking is that a World War HULKS movie is now in active development at Marvel Studios. This was the latest according to comicbookmovie.com, where they go on to report, quote, "This isn't the first time we've heard plans for World War HULKS adaptation, but according to one reliable insider, the movie, titled World War HULKS, is now in active development at Marvel Studios." We've been hearing rumblings about a World War Hulk movie for a good few years now, though with Thor Ragnarok borrowing heavily from Planet Hulk and Bruce Banner later returning to Earth as Professor Hulk, it's obvious we're not getting a straightforward adaptation. That could explain why it supposedly morphed into World War HULKS. Yes, HULKS plural. She-Hulk Attorney at Law laid the groundwork for that, as will next month's Captain America Brave New World, but the movie is yet to be officially announced. Still, we bring a positive update today from Scooper none other than the anonymous and everybody's favorite My Time to Shine Hello, who claims, "I can confirm that a World War HULKS movie is now in development." Okay, so when it comes to accuracy from My Time to Shine Hello, there's a reason that you know her name. She's probably the best known and only Marvel anonymous Twitter scoopster that's left, well, aside from Roger Wardell, but he hasn't posted in some years now. There's no reason to assume he'll be returning. You know her name because she's gotten stuff right in the past, but hasn't gotten everything right. That's pretty much the case for all the scoopers in the game except for Daniel RPK, who also hasn't gotten everything right, but man, his average is like over 90%. So as far as reverence and accuracy, you can probably count on this to be somewhat true. And of course, in the Marvel Scoop game and over the last 3 or 4 years, it's when you get multiple sources sort of corroborating each other, well, where there's smoke, there's fire. And in this case, again, we've been hearing about a World War Hulk, or what appears to be a World War HULKS movie, for years now. There's no reason to believe this isn't the case. Now, another really important distinction to make is that World War Hulk, as it was, and now World War HULKS, as it's being called, are two totally different storylines from the comics. And although the article points out that Marvel's already been adapting certain details from several Hulk storylines, and it's never a one-to-one adaptation from the comic story to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's still important to make this distinction because of the type of Hulk, the version of Hulk we're all hoping to see. It's the World War Hulk storyline, where the Illuminati sends him into space, and then he comes back as World Breaker Hulk, gets off of the spaceship, breaks off the entire East Coast, and then proceeds to wipe out most of the heroes that we love, including the Avengers. He rips Mr. Fantastic in half. It's gruesome. It's awesome. World War HULKS is the major crossover with a bunch of Hulk characters, including Hulk, his son Scar, She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk, the Red Hulk. That's where we get the origins for Red Hulk and Red She-Hulk. And since we're getting some of that in the upcoming Captain America Brave New World, we'll talk about why that's important in just a second. It would seem as though the latter, the World War Hulk storyline, as it's now being referred to, is the one that makes sense with the fabric of the MCU and including all those characters, although it's unknown whether or not Thaddeus Ross's Red Hulk is going to survive past the end of this film. Now, the reason I bring all of this up, and it's so pertinent to the story in front of us, is that we're all hoping that Smart Hulk, the current version of Hulk and Bruce Banner that we see right now, is going to revert to a savage Hulk, because that's the version we want in the MCU especially for the upcoming Secret Wars, and with a World War Hulk storyline, it could have even been that Hulk was the villain, facing off against all our heroes as he reverted to World Breaker Hulk. That's where you would get that Wolverine versus Hulk fight. Now, the reason this is also important again is because Captain America Brave New World is right around the corner, where outside of being about Captain America, it's mostly about the Hulk. All of these characters coming back from that original Hulk installment. Is this the film where Hulk finally reverts to his savage form? I'm wondering if it's not. Of course, there have been rumblings that Hulk's in the final version of the film. Anthony Mackie seemed to sort of drop a comment that was ambiguous about it. Certain industry insiders have claimed that he's not and he won't be in the finale. I just think it would be a super missed opportunity, and all the signs about what the plot is about seem to point to that. Otherwise, we go into the end of the Multiverse Saga, into Secret Wars, still with the Professor Hulk, and if the Russos and Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige have been reading the room, which we know they do based on some of these fan castings, then they know that's not the version of Hulk that we want, especially then eventually headed into a World War Hulk storyline. Now, I will admit I'm a little less excited about World War Hulks as I would be about World War Hulk, but there are still plenty of opportunities for Marvel Studios to take the Hulk in the right direction, restore his power as one of the most powerful characters as he should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and still show us some of those higher level power sets, Heart of the Monster Hulk, World Breaker Hulk. But being a World War Hulk storyline, if they leave him in smart Hulk form and for the rest of the Multiverse Saga, I think that would just be such a missed opportunity. And you know, we've got the Russos back where they said point blank, the reason that they depowered Hulk was he seemed too OP. It's also the reason that they got rid of Captain Marvel for all of Avengers Endgame. They literally said it was hard to write engaging storylines where it made sense that the heroes would have to struggle when Hulk could just come through and clean it all up. And while I disagree, I think there would have been plenty of ways to rework a Savage Hulk versus Thanos rematch. Hey, it's the way the movie worked out, and it worked out for the best. In the meantime, though, you guys let me know all your thoughts and excitement about this. We've actually got a follow-up video coming later today. Super banger. It actually relates to this one. It'll drop tonight on the channel. But again, let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, the giveaway stuff, same as always. PS5 right around the corner for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the one for Captain America, and then one for Daredevil. So like 3 in the next 60 to 90 days. Super simple to be entered to win. Just hit the sub button, leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.